Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to the Zoom training session. Today is 12 February 2022, Saturday 12:30 p.m. The topic of this training session is how to prepare a professional looking exam paper. This presentation is prepared and presented by me, Ms. Huma Al-Ansari. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you from the core of my heart to join this training session. Let me give you an overview of this session. First of all, we are going to discuss what is this training all about. Then, briefly, we are going to discuss about the content of the paper, although this is not the main topic of this training, but we do need to know that we have to focus a little before coming to create the final version of this training of an exam paper on my Microsoft Word. We need to have our paper ready. Then I'm going to discuss some essentials of exam paper. Later I'm going to show you the templates I have prepared for you. They are ready to go with all the paper essentials and all different sorts of questions already given there. We have multiple choice questions. We have fill in the blanks in that template. We have all different sorts of questions ready to use there. But first I'm going to show you how we can download and save that template in the template format so you can use it over and over again. Next, I'm going to show you once it's saved as a template how you're going to access it and how you're going to use it to create your exam papers. Once that template is open, we will start editing and creating our exam paper. Then we're going to see how within each question there are different statements, how we can add more statements if we want to, how we can move or remove the statements within the questions. Next, we are going to see how we can move or delete the whole question itself. There are so many different sorts of questions. Maybe you do not need some kind of question. So you're going to see how you're going to remove any type of question for your exam paper if it's not in your, that kind of question is not in your paper. Next, a real struggling point, usually many people are struggling in this thing, how to add and adjust the pictures. So we'll be adding the pictures in our exam paper. Then we are going to see how to adjust those pictures. That is the main troubling area that we are facing in adjusting our exam papers. So I'm going to show you 3 basic tips and your pictures will be all tamed and you can adjust them any way you like. Next, once our paper is finally done, we are going to finalize the page numbers. Page numbers are already given in the template that we are going to use, but we need to finalize them and we are going to see that in this section. Later, we will see that how we can do proofreading and what are the main points to keep in mind while proofreading your final draft of it, exam paper. Then we are going to see how we can edit our template. Sometimes we do need to edit our template and how we are going to do that. Finally, there will be time for questions. Although we will be discussing and I want all my participants to participate actively and ask questions along the way. But there will be a final question session if still there is some queries in your mind. For the recording, I'm going to divide the video into timestamps and you can find those timestamps down in the description box. So if you do not need to go through the whole thing, you want help in any specific area, you can right away go to that part and access that place to see, solve your problems. Now let's go and discuss about the introduction of this lesson. What is this training session all about? I want to tell you here that after this training, you will be able to create professional looking exam paper using the given template. You can also add images and adjust them according to your need. How you're going to do that? All you need to do is follow the steps explained in this training session. Please, I request all of you to participate, ask questions wherever you have any doubts. And even after, once the session is over, you're always welcome to ask for any help. If you're struggling in any area, I'm always there. Please feel free to come and ask me. And why are we going through all these kind of trainings? First of all, although it's a requirement from the ministry, we know that it's a requirement of ministry, we know that it's the requirement of the school. Above all, the main point, always keep in mind that professionalism is not the job you do, it's how you do the job. So if you are doing your job, if you are a professional teacher, your work should speak of your professionalism. Now let's have a look at the paper content. Although this is not the main focus of this training, but we should give a little overview about the paper content. First thing that you should keep in mind that we in this lesson are learning how to create the final draft of the exam paper, which will be done using Microsoft Word. However, your original first draft or the rough copy of the paper should be ready before this step. And while creating your draft or the first rough copy of your exam paper, you must keep some real crucial points in your mind. Firstly, that always keep the matter of the exam paper from the content you had assigned to the students. Please to try to avoid deviating from those lessons that you have assigned to the students. Secondly, provide ample practice to the students for all sort of question. If a topic is given to them, they must be knowing how to solve it. If it appears as a short answer question, if it appears as a fill in the blank, if it appears as a true or false, they should have lots of practice of solving all those type of questions if they appear in the exam. Finally, always have a good variety of question in your exam paper. Now let's look at some of the essentials of exam paper. An exam paper must have an header area with some basic things and the footer area. The header area should be only on the first page, and it is not necessary to repeat any of these things on the following pages. The footer area should be having only the page numbers. So let's discuss the header area. It should have the school logo and information, the information of the examination, like which examination and which session is that. And the first line must be filled by the teacher, like what's grade, what's the grade, what's the subject of the paper, and the maximum marks and the time. The next line can be filled at the time of examination by the students or as whatever the need be. Then finally, we need to have this table about the marks and checking and rechecking. So, and don't worry, we are going to share a template with you, and in that template, all of these things are ready to go. And just this is for your information that it is a must of this paper. In the footer area, this should be on every page. It should be mentioned page number 1, and this there will be a blank which you're going to fill it at the end of the paper once your paper is done, because right now nobody knows how many paper long will be that examination paper. So if it is 3, you can write page 1 of 3 or page 1 of 4, whatever it is. So these are the essentials of the paper. Let's see how we can save the ready to use templates in our Microsoft Word. First of all, you must understand that the documents you're going to download, the templates of the exam paper, must be saved in the template format in Microsoft Word. We are going to see how we can do that in a minute. But before that, I want you to understand why we are saving anything as a template. Because template is like a mold. You can create and recreate so many different copies out of that mold using that template, and your original document remains undisturbed. So this is why we need to save any document which we are using recurrently as a template, so it becomes a snap for us to use it and create multiple different versions of that. For that we will be clicking this link, and we will approach to that pre-prepared exam templates. For those who are watching this training in the video tutorial, I'll leave the link in the description box below, so you can approach to that folder having the exam paper templates. Let's see how we can save these templates in the template format. First of all, we need to download the templates that we have already prepared for the exam. For this, you need to click on this link, or just click on the link it provided to you. Once we click this link, we will be directed to the directory where we are having all these templates saved. From there, we will need to download these templates onto our system. Here I can see there are so many templates. In fact, we have 3 templates for English paper and 3 for Arabic paper. So make sure if you hover over these templates, you can see the complete name of the paper. So if it's exam paper version 1, exam paper version 2, and exam paper version 3. The rest are same thing in Arabic, version 1 Arabic, version 2 Arabic, and version 3 Arabic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download, right click it, and press download. Then I'm going to right click and press download the second version, and right click and download the third version. There is not much difference in the 3 versions, only the multiple choice questions have 3 different formats. For that we have got 3 different versions. So once my templates are downloaded, I'm going to open them. They will automatically open in the Word document. I'm going to press enable editing, and then I'm ready to edit this paper. Just give you an overview. This is the paper. It's ready to use. All you need to do is just edit it. But before editing, we are gonna save it as a template, so that it should remain in your system as a template, and you can use it over and over again, and you shouldn't be disturbing your original file. So in order to save it as a template, we need to go to File, then we are going to go to Save As, then we are going to it's not important which directory you define, because as we are going to go to save it as a template, Word template, it's automatically going to direct it to the file where it keeps the templates. So I'm right now not concerned which directory I'm defining right now. The most important thing for me is to save as type. I'll click here, and the menu will open. From here I'm going to select Word template. Once I select the Word template, automatically the path is changed, and it goes to the directory where all of the templates are saved. So it's in the documents, and it's a custom office template. I'm okay with this name, or maybe I could just remove this one, and exam paper template version 1, that's okay. I'm going to save it. Now it's saved in the templates directory. This is how I can save all 3 versions as templates. This is a must to do before you start making any changes or additions in the paper. Once we have saved our template in the template format, let's see how we can use that template to create our exam papers. All you need to do is open the save template and start creating your exam paper. It's as simple as that. Let's see how we can do that. To create my exam paper, I'm going to start Microsoft Word document, and instead of taking a blank document, I'm going to go to new. Here I can see many templates. If it's an older version, you might find it is start new from a template. Here I can scroll down and go to the personal tab, where I can see my personal exam whatever templates I have created. Here I can find my exam paper template. I'll double click it, and this way my new fresh paper is ready to be used. As you can see, it's not exam paper, it's not named as exam paper, it's named as document 1. Now you're going to save it by the name of your paper wherever you want to save it, and your original document is safe. It's still there, and you can always start a new fresh paper with that document. This is why we save the documents which we are using recurrently as templates, so we can always grab a new fresh copy of our template and start editing, and the process gets so easy and quick for us to do. So let's see how we can edit in the next clip. After downloading and saving the exam paper as templates and opening the new document using that template, now we need to start editing or adding our questions to the exam paper. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, once we open a document using the template, we will be adding the basic information up here, then we'll be adding the questions. And the good news is that you do not need to worry at all about the settings, where the text is moving, about the numberings, about the alignment, and anything. Everything is already pre-done for you. Let's see how we can do the editing part. Now let's look at how we can start editing and making changes in it to have our paper ready. As you can see already, everything which are the essentials of the paper are already done for you. The header is there, the main requirements and the marks table all are there. Even different sorts of questions are already added. All you need to do is just see which type of question you want in your paper and start editing it. So you can see the page numbers also mentioned, but in everything you need to make a little more addition to complete it. Nothing is complete yet. Let's start adding the basic information. Let's say I'm creating the paper for grade 2A, or maybe just simply 2. If you want it underlined, you can just select the text you want to underline and press this underline button, or it's always here on the home tab. Similarly, for example, I'm creating science. I'm going to press what's most important is that you are going to double click that area which you want your text to appear. You want your text to be appearing here, so you're going to select this area. You can do this either by click and drag this area, or by double clicking it and making sure it's only the area you want to add your text is selected. Then you start typing whatever you want. For example, I want to type here science. If I want to underline it again, I'm going to double click it so the whole word is selected, and now I'm going to press again underline. So this way my text is underlined. If you don't want, it's okay. This is how I've entered the basic information. The similar process will go on for any question I want to add. For example, if I have a choose the correct answer, I'm going to just select this text, or maybe I'll select and drag the whole thing which I want to replace, and I will start typing my text. For example, the first question goes here, and then I can even select options. Option number 1, for example, answer 1. I can select and type whatever I need to. Answer 2. It's up to you. The main thing is just you need to select the text correctly and just simply start typing. You do not need to do any kind of settings or adjustments. Everything is already done for you. Once we've started adding and editing the question paper, let's see how we can play around with the statements within the questions. Maybe you need to add more statements within these questions. Maybe you do not have 5 fill in the blanks. You might have 10 fill in the blanks. You might need to add, or maybe you are having lesser true or false. You need to remove some of them, or maybe you need to reorder the statements within the questions. It's all a snap. Let's watch how we can do that. Now let's see what if we need to add some statements in our questions, or if we need to move or remove some statements. To add a statement, you just need to bring your cursor at the end of the last sentence, or maybe you want to add a sentence after this. Just wherever you want to add, you want to bring your cursor over there and just press enter. And don't worry about the numberings, they will adjust automatically. Here you can start typing a sentence. For example, this is a new sentence, or fill in the blanks. Okay, so in order to remove any sentence, what you need to do, you're going to select that sentence. You can select by bringing your cursor to the left of this sentence, or you can click and drag the whole sentence. Once it's excuse me, once it's selected, all you need to do is press delete key. This will remove the extra sentence. What if you want to adjust the order of sentence? Maybe you find that you have added all similar sentences. So what you can do is just similarly select the sentence. For example, you want the sentence number 3 to be appearing in the first place. So all you need to do is again select the sentence and just click and drag it up. This will bring the sentence 3 in the first place. Or you can drag it back to its place where it was, like this. This way you can move, you can add, and you can remove any of these statements. It's fill in the blanks, or true false, or match the columns. To add pictures, you can this is the only placeholder for the pictures. So you need to do is you can press Control D to duplicate that, and you can bring it like this and adjust accordingly, and you can even type extra dashes like this. Right now I'm going to do is undo, because I do not need an extra one here. Similarly, to add any words to the list, you can just bring your cursor to the end of any word wherever you want to add a new one. Just press enter and it will create extra space and you can start typing over there. Okay. Similarly, for the questions on which are the multiple line things, you need to select both lines, then press copy, then bring your cursor in the new line and press paste. This will add a new question or a copy of that question here, and never worry about the numberings, that will be adjusted automatically. I'll undo that again because right now I don't want to disturb the paper pattern. Let's go up and see how we can add the multiple choice question. They are a little bit tricky and we do not want to disturb them. You can just select the whole statement and all options together, then press copy, and wherever you want to have a new one, you can or you can even bring any cursor to any new line. It will a new numbering will appear here. To remove that numbering, you need to press backspace. Okay, once your cursor is in this position, then you're going to press paste. So this will paste a new question, and don't worry about this, just go to the previous line and press enter and backspace. Once again it will adjust. To remove an extra line which is appearing here, you can select this extra line and press delete. But right now I think it's suitable that it should be going to the next page, because we do not want any question to be breaking across the pages. So again I'm going to do it undo, because I do not want an extra multiple choice question here. So I'm just going to do all undo. Whenever you do any mistake and you want to go back, it's always the lifesaver undo. You can do it by doing pressing this backside arrow, or by pressing Ctrl Z key. We saw how we can add and remove the statements within the questions. What if you need to move or remove the whole questions, like fill in the blanks you want maybe in the first place, or just you do not want any sort of questions? Let's see how we can do that. We already saw how we can add more statements within any question, or move and remove them. What if you want to totally remove or move the whole question? Maybe you want to have your true and false as the first question up here, and maybe you want the match the columns to be first. It's not a big problem either here. For example, let's choose, I want my true and false question to be first. What I need to do is just, main important thing is just you need to select and specify exactly what thing you want to work on. So here I want to work on this area. So I'm going to select the whole area and I'm going to press cut. It will cut and just see automatically the numbering was, I'll undo and show you. Its number was, it was order was B and C and then D. Once I cut it, the order is adjusted automatically. And I'm going to go up here because I want my question, that true and false, to be the first question. Now I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to bring my cursor over here and press enter because I want to have one line empty over here. Then I'm going to press paste, or you can press by key Control V. Once I paste it, you see automatically the numbering has changed from the choose the correct answer has become B and the true and false has become A, and automatically the whole thing is adjusted over here. This is how you can move the whole questions across the paper. So if you do not want always the choose the correct answer to be the first, it's not a big problem. You can adjust the paper according to your liking. Okay, let's again go, and I'm going to press Control Z to move back all the things as they were. Here, my true and false is back. Next, I want to remove some kind of questions. For example, I'm having only multiple choice in my paper and fill in the blanks and true and false. I do not have any other sort of questions. All I need to do is just select whatever I want. I do not have and select till end. For example, I do not have any, although it's always suggested that you should have a different variety of questions in your paper. But let's say for example, for the sake of example, I do not have all these sorts of questions over here. I have selected, I'll check it again. Simply once it's selected, I'm going to press delete key on my keyboard and voila, it's all gone. Surely then you are going to check that you are marking again that it should be the total of 40 marks. Now because I have removed all these questions, I need to add some more statements and questions within these questions. So in order to balance my paper back to 40 marks. So that's a common sense, but this is how you can remove your questions that you do not want from this paper or from this template. I'm going to do once again undo to bring back all what I've deleted. So this is how we can remove unwanted questions. Let's see how we can add pictures to our papers. It's a very common scenario. Most of us are struggling with the pictures in whether it's the exam paper, whether it's the worksheets, general worksheet. Let's put an end to this problem today. Let's learn how to add the pictures. Right now I have got some boxes here that I've used as a placeholder for images. We are going to learn two different ways to add the pictures. I'm going here to use the first way. This way should be used only when you need to arrange all the pictures in almost the same sizes. So it's best idea to have one box and then copy and make different copies so every picture appears in the same size. So once I'm here, I'm going to right click that box and I'm going to press the last option, format shape. A side dialogs open and in here I'm going to press the fill, or maybe this fill here. From here I'm going to select picture or texture. It will automatically fill a texture here, but I'm going to add a picture here. So for that I need to define the source for my picture. I'm going to press insert to define where my picture is saved. I'm going to find a picture from my file which is already saved in my computer. So I'm going to press from a file. I have saved in exam edges. For example, I need to add this part. So you can see I have added this part picture here. Next I'm going to press it again, and then here again I'll press picture or texture, and I'm going to press insert again. Then again same process from file, and I'm going to take this time the top. Maybe sometimes you will need to resize it, adjust the to fix the shape. To do that, all you need to do is just drag the handles, and all other things are already set for you. So this is the one way to add the pictures. Now let's see the other way to add the pictures and also how we can adjust the pictures. Maybe you are among many of those who are usually dreading to add any pictures to your papers or your worksheets, because they are always a headache to adjust on the paper, but not anymore. Just you need to remember three main tips while dealing with the images and pictures. First is the text wrapping. Second is how to adjust their background and make it transparent if you need to, and the cropping. If you master these three, the images will not be any problem for you anymore. Yeah, always keep in mind to choose the correct type of the picture for the paper. Let's see each of these things one by one here. There's another way to add the picture where you are not really concerned about that all the pictures should be appearing in the same sizes. Down here I've placed a block or place for the diagrams. So if you want to add in the second way, I'll suggest just delete this box and just press enter to make some space here. Then just press from the tab insert, select pictures and pictures from this device. So that means your picture should be saved in your computer. While as we're discussing the entering pictures in the exam paper, I would really emphasize on choosing the correct type of pictures. For example, I would not prefer choosing this sort of picture for my exam paper because I know the exam paper will be photocopied, and any gray shades and fill colors are not very much appearing nicely after being photocopied. So it's always a good idea to select something which is having outlines only. So this can be easily done. For example, once you are in Google and you're searching anything, just type the name and type the word outline. It will bring out all the sort of picture which is in only outline format. So once we are making and composing anything for our photocopy kind of paper, which is paper pen exams, it's always suggested that you go for the outline type of pictures. But if you're preparing like previously we used to prepare for online exams, for in that case we can use the color. But right now I'm going to select, for example, this one. Now my picture is on the page, but there is some problem I cannot fix and readjust it. It's a very common problem we come across that, and still there are some places that need adjusting. The first thing I need to do is adjust its text wrapping, and that can be done right away. In the new version you can see this hanging tool is appearing, and this is the icon for text wrapping. And what does the text wrapping exactly do? Just you click here and you choose the last option. If you hover over it, it will show in front of text. That will bring the picture in front of text no matter how the text is, so you can easily move your text wherever you want. But if you want to adjust the text, you need to press here, click here and then press the enter. Next you need to adjust it furthermore, because right now if you can see there's a gray shade here and I don't want here the gray shade to be appearing. So for to adjust that, or if you have any other background color, you can go to always picture format tab and just go to color, and here down you will find a set transparent color. Just click there and your mouse will be changed to a sort of pen type. You go to the gray area or the any area which is having some color on that and just click over there. It will instantly change into transparent. Now if you just drag over here, you can see it's all transparent. Now I need to cut the upper portion and the lower portion. We do not need this extra space. For that I need to crop the picture. And how do we do that? Having your picture selected, you go up here to the crop option. You can see the handles. You can cut it. It's just like cutting with a scissor. You're cutting the picture with a scissor. You can use any of the corner handles or right or left handles to adjust your picture. This way your picture is cut and now it's ready. You can resize, you can make it bigger or smaller as you want. So three main steps you should know. If you know all these three steps, adjusting the pictures is a snap. First thing, you should know the wrap text, and wrap text can not only be accessed from here. There are so many different ways to access this option. For example, having your picture selected, you can go to the picture format tab and here you can find the wrap text, and similarly drop down box you can again select from here in front of text if you do not find this hanging tool over here. Secondly, you need to know how you can adjust the background color, and from the color, once you are in the picture tab, you will go to the color and select transparent color and just click on the place where you can see the color, so it will instantly change into transparent color. And then finally you need to know about the cropping option, which kind of cuts like just like you cut out the paper unwanted things. This is how you can adjust the picture. Coming towards the end of the creation process, once you have added all of your questions and you have made all the necessary changes, you finally know how many pages exactly you have. Let's see how to finalize this page number area. This step must be done at the end once your all questions are added, and because it's only then you know how long is your paper. Once you have done all sort of adjustments, then you will come to know maybe your exam paper is 3 pages long or is it 4 pages long. And let's see how to finalize these page numbers. Now let's talk about page numbers. In this template, automatically we have added the number of pages. You can see on page number 1, it's showing page number 1 of dash, and page number 2 of dash, and page number 3 of dash. Dash, we have left this space here because we are not sure how long will your paper be. So this is only thing you need to adjust yourself. And to do that, all you need to do when you're in any page, doesn't matter in what page you are, just you go in this footer area where you can see the page number, just double click it and you will be automatically going to the header and footer settings. Once you are here, just click and select the dash and mention the total number of pages your exam paper is having. For example, if your exam paper is having 3 pages, you will type here 3. And if you scroll down and see on every page, this number remains same, but the page number is changed automatically. See, page number 1 of 3, page number 2 of 3, page number 3 of 3. So that means you're gonna type here the total number of pages. If your exam paper is like here 4 page long, so you're gonna write here 4. That means this is the page number 3 of 4 or 4 of 4, like that. Once you're done with entering your page numbers, all you need to do is press close header and footer. You will be back on the normal settings and you can finally check it again that page numbers are appearing very correctly. Page 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, and so on. Right now again I see here it's not 4 of 4, it's 3. I can again double click on this place and go and correct it. All you need to do is correct on just 1 page. You do not need to correct on all the pages. It will automatically correct itself. Press close header and footer and be back to the main editing area. This is how we can adjust the page numbers. Once your paper is all done, the final step is proofreading. Once you're proofreading, along with checking all different sorts of mistakes, please keep in mind to check these type of mistakes too. Whether your questions are cutting or overflowing across the pages. Another important tip is to create a copy and create answer key for your paper. It helps you in 2 ways. Number 1, while you will be checking the actual solved student papers, the answer key is very helpful to check your papers. And in the first place, when you are creating your exam paper, the answer keys help you to find exactly your problem, especially if it appears in the content of the question. I would highly recommend creating an answer key for your papers. Also, we should check very well the print preview, and let's see how we can do all these things in detail here. The final step is always proofreading. Never underestimate the importance of proofreading. You must always go from the top to the bottom of the page, checking each and everything again. And sometimes creating an answer key also helps a lot to find your mistakes. Sometimes we overlook our mistakes, so it's a good idea to have answer keys. It helps both way later on for checking and for double checking right now. Okay, what we need to check while we are doing proofreading, we need to check, like for example, if I have made some changes here, my statements is two lines long, and see, for example, you can see this, the options are flowing in the next page. This is not what we want. All you can do is adjust your text from here so that it will come up to the previous page, or press enter to bring the whole question to the next page. So it shouldn't be flowing across or cutting across the pages. And another important thing to keep in mind, that your blanks should be long enough to accommodate the word you are giving, which is the answer of these questions. Sometimes, especially in the younger kids, it happens that they find that the space isn't enough, and they just avoid writing the word because the space was never enough. They leave the thing all together. So be careful about keeping the lengths of the fill in the blanks. And what else do we need to check? Yes, once you are done and you have proofread everything, it's a must to go file and check your print preview. How do we check the print preview? Go to file and you go to print. Right here you can see the print preview, how exactly your paper will look like. Because sometimes it happens due to that some changes in the pages sizes or something. Sometimes some portion of the page is not appearing, and that means it will be actually cut down when it's printing. So you might need to make some adjustments back in your paper, and then double check your paper again, that whether everything is being printed, especially the upper and the lower sides, that everything is visible. Let's see how we can edit the actual template. Let's discuss why do we need it and how we can do that. Now, there are some times that we need to change the actual template. Maybe it's the new session now, you want to change the year, or maybe it's the next exam, you want to make a template for the third term exam. So although you can change it every time you open and create a new document from the previous template, but it's always a good idea to change the template itself when you need to use it over and over again. So to do that, you need to open the actual template just like we did previously. You're going to open new, and from there you're going to find your personal templates. And for example, here is my template exam paper version 1. Here I'm going to open this, and now I'm going to make a change here from second to, I'll make it third term examination. Now I'm going to save it again as a template, save as. Doesn't matter where I'm saving. Again, once I select here as word template, automatically is going to take it to my folder where it saves the templates. So it's okay. I'm okay with this third term examination name, and I'm going to save it as this name. And if I close this and I open a fresh copy, new, from here, personal, I can find my third term examination. Now I do not need to make changes every time. It's already done here. My template is edited. Now finally it's the time for questions. Welcome to my trainees who are right now present in the Zoom meeting. For those who couldn't attend and they are watching this training in the recorded session, you still have the chance to send your questions in the comment box down below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I'll be posting this link for the attendees or those who are absent of the whole video which I have uploaded in the YouTube channel. Maybe you need to go back sometime. You might find problems and you want to watch this video over again, or maybe some parts of this training. So I'll be sharing with you the tutorial link which is completely uploaded to the YouTube channel. Finally, thanks a lot to all my colleagues, to all the administration members who gave. I was really honored by your presence, and thanks a lot for your time and attention. It means a lot to me, and I hope that you have benefited from this session. Allah Hafiz.